Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about a certain gender reveal that has blown up on TikTok recently because of the way one of the two people acted when they found out it was the gender that they didn't want, I guess you could say. Now, a gender reveal should be this really happy, exciting moment. We're having this baby and we're about to find out whether it's going to be a boy or a girl. Oh, I can't wait. Now, I don't have a problem with people trying to guess what gender it is. I don't really see the point in trying and hoping for a certain gender. It's just never really appealed to me that you would have a preferred gender, because then you have kind of a strange reaction if it's not the gender you want. For most people, for this woman that we're about to watch today, she doesn't just have a strange or an uncomfortable reaction. She has a baby has been told they're not allowed chocolate before dinner type reaction. So before I blabber on anymore, I'm just going to show you the video real quick, so here you go.
What do you think, boy or girl? Girl, I want a girl.
I don't really know.
You ready?
Yeah. You ready?
3.
Yes.
You ready?
You ready?
3, 2. Wait, close your eyes. Right
Close
here. 3, 2.
Close my eyes or what?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
Tell me to open them.
You ready?
You pull it out yet?
Pull it out, pull it out.
Open them?
No!
It's a boy.
I just feel like it's a very sad video in general. So they were doing this thing where they have a cake, and then the icing inside the cake is either going to be blue, which means your baby is a boy, or it's going to be pink, which means it's a girl. So they were sticking the cups in and they pull it out, and whatever color it is what gender it is. So she makes it very apparent and very clear that she wants a girl. She is completely set on the fact that she wants a girl. She asks her boyfriend or her husband, I'm not too sure, what he would like, and he just says, I don't know, which I feel like is what anyone would say or should say, because it shouldn't matter what gender your baby is, as long as you're having a baby who is healthy. I think that's the most important thing. But obviously he didn't really care what gender it would be as long as it was a good healthy baby, but she obviously was dead set on it being a girl. Now, after doing their little cup in the cake reveal and seeing that the icing was blue, which means it's a boy, she let out this, my husband has just been slit throat in front of me and now they're gonna get me next. That's the type of scream she just let out. Now, the TikTok account that posted this video was the guy's TikTok account. I'll just say it's her boyfriend. I don't know if they're married. I don't really give a shit. So I'll just say it's her boyfriend. So it was her boyfriend's account. My initial thought was, okay, this guy has uploaded it kind of without her permission, I guess you could say, because no one in the right mind would want something like this on the internet. But it turns out that was wrong, because they done a live stream answering questions after this video went up, and you'd think, okay, she's going to take some sort of accountability, she's going to maybe apologize for the way she acted, she's going to reflect on herself and see that it was wrong. But no, not only does she kind of double down on the fact that she acted how she acted and it was kind of justified, like she tried to justify it, but she also didn't apologize for it or see any wrongdoing at all. She just came up with excuses or reasoning as to why she acted the way she did.
Why did you scream when you found out?
Because I wanted a girl for a year plus, and I thought I was having a girl, and I tricked myself, convinced myself that I was having a girl. So I was shocked that I'm having a boy.
So the first big excuse here is that she hypnotized herself into thinking she was having a girl. For a year and a half, she thought she was going to have a girl, and she was dead set on the idea that the only gender she was going to have is a girl. And when it wasn't a girl, she was just simply shocked. It was a scream of shock as opposed to a scream of disappointment. And she does make a couple of other excuses as to why she acted this way, and this one is one of the low ones because it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. No one screams like that out of shock. You were clearly upset that you didn't get the girl because you wanted the girl. You were just disappointed and you were upset that you weren't getting the gender you wanted, and God knows why she agreed, because obviously she agreed to post it online because it's still online right now, and she answered questions live about the situation, so she knew it was going online and she knows it is online. So why on earth she would want that online after acting like that just blows my mind.
It says, why did you react like that for a boy?
Because I was shocked. Like I said, I wanted a girl for a long time. I can imagine that I'm not the only person on earth that's ever cried at a gender reveal or cried at having the opposite gender. Does that mean I love my son any less? Never. What the freak?
Yes, you're correct. You're not the only person that's ever cried at a gender reveal. The difference is, you cried at your gender reveal because it's not the gender you wanted. Other people cry at their gender reveal because they're just happy they're having a baby, and it's a shock and a happy moment when you find out what gender the baby's going to be. So you're correct, you're not the only person that's cried at a gender reveal, but you're on two different ends of the scale. Now, I can also understand from both sides here why some people might think she's obviously going to love her baby, it's her child, it's her own, but when you act in such a disrespectful, shocking way, the first thing people are going to jump to is, wow, she's not going to love this baby as much because it's not the gender she wanted. And that's not an assumption. That's based off of the reaction you gave in your own gender reveal. Now, if you want my opinion on it, obviously I'm sure she's going to love this baby with all her heart because it is her baby. I think it might have just been a kind of spur of the moment thing. Although I feel like any regular, sane, mature person would be able to just push that past them and just be happy that they've got a baby rather than disappointed that it's not the gender she wanted.
Are you accepting the fact, that you're having a boy?
How am I accepting the fact?
No, are you accepting the fact that
Duh, my nails are blue. I'm having a baby boy.
she accepted it after 20 minutes, legitimately?
Yeah, I cried at first, but I'm having a baby boy. So hopefully we could flip this and end up like making it a positive and actually like showing our lives and stuff to people so they can see us and see baby boy.
Now, I've got to be honest, that part especially makes me super uncomfortable. How she says, we can flip this and make it a positive. You shouldn't have to flip anything and make anything a positive. It should already be a positive that you're having a baby boy. You shouldn't have to be disappointed at first, but then flip it and make it a positive. You're having a baby boy. That's the positive, and it should be a positive. It should never have been a negative to begin with.
I was telling him when I first met him, like, I want a daughter, and like, I just, even like, in my head, just thought it was a girl. I'm not gonna lie, it was childish, but if you know me, because my family, they're just like, oh my gosh, there goes that infamous cry. I feel like more than my reaction was my screams that has the whole internet in a frenzy right now.
Just the same old, yeah, I dead set thought it was going to be a girl. There was no question in my mind. I for sure thought that the icing inside the cake was going to be pink. Just a bunch of baloney, just trying to scratch at any excuse, rather than just take accountability and reflect and notice what you did was wrong. You try and come up with all these different excuses and not one of them make any sense.
I broke my own heart when I opened my eyes and seen that cake. But it had nothing to do with the baby itself. It was just me, like, oh wow. You know? Like, I thought I was having a girl.
Just some more jibber jabber saying she broke her own heart because the icing was blue rather than pink. It's just sad. I just think it's very sad. I think the whole purpose of a gender reveal should just solely be to find out what gender your baby's going to be and be happy regardless what gender your baby's going to be, rather than this hoping game on, you know, I want it to be blue or I want it to be pink. I don't like it. I would just prefer everyone has, and obviously I'm not trying to make a new law here, you can do whatever you like, but it's just my personal opinion. I don't like this whole hoping for a certain gender of baby. I think you should just be happy that you're having a baby and you shouldn't really care what gender it is. That's just my opinion. Remember, all of these videos, I'm not trying to state facts or make laws, they're just my opinion. Anyway, that's it for this video. I just wanted to talk about it because I saw it on TikTok recently and I've seen a few people kind of react to it themselves and respond to it. And I just feel like it's a really childish, immature way to react to figuring out your baby's not the gender you were hoping for. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm out of here. Bye.